just ain't supposed to do that. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Daninator channel. If you're new here, hey, thanks for stopping by. I like to have fun, get work done here on this channel. And if you don't know, you do now. This is my 1987 Plymouth Gran Fury. It's the newest project car on this channel. So I don't know how well you can see in the background. I've got some GM vehicles. I'm pretty much a GM guy, but couldn't pass up this gem. So now I'm just a big Mopar guy now. Big Mopar guy now. The previous two videos I did on this, we went to Pertinier, Oklahoma to pick this up, my buddy Caleb and I. And then we did a video on basically an in-depth look of this car, bumper to bumper. And I made a little parts list of things I need to get. Finally got those parts in, and we're gonna go ahead and start fixing this thing mechanically and get it back to its 1987 glory. You know, after 35 years, it's got quite a few parts that need to be replaced, which is only natural for a 35-year-old vehicle. I mean, don't we all need stuff replaced after that long?
I used to be able to throw a pigskin a quarter mile.
Are you serious?
So we're gonna pick up where we left off in the last video. We gotta go through this car and kind of clean it out, vacuum it. There's all kinds of trash in it that we gotta take care of. And then we're gonna start working on some of the mechanical issues with this. As you saw in the intro, this thing's got quite a bit of slop in the steering. The power steering is out, passenger side window doesn't roll down, etc., etc. There's a lot to do with this thing.
Yeah, he's right, you know.
Let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna grab up my tools and, hey, let's go wrenching, boys. So with any old car, it has its list of issues. This car in particular rattles, leaks, squeaks, and stinks. Let's start with the rattle. All right, as far as that front end rattle goes, I found it. I came out here just to check on the oil, and here's the oil dipstick. It's been hitting this for some time because the paint is chipped. So I'll just bend that out of the way. Okay, well that's better. Put two little bends in it, and now it's not hitting the air conditioning thing anymore. And I can still check the oil. A win is a win. Only it wasn't a win. I fired the car back up and it was still rattling. So I started looking all over the front of this engine, trying to pinpoint where this annoying school bell rattle was coming from. And it looked like the hard line from the fuel filter could possibly be touching one of the brackets for the alternator. So I reached down in there and kind of pushed on that hard line to get it away from the lower bracket, and then I started smelling gas. So I thought, well, this is absolutely ridiculous. I have no idea what I've just done. I've probably cracked the hard line or something, and I've just made a much bigger mess, all because I want to get rid of this stupid rattle. But thankfully, the next day in the daylight, I was able to figure out where the leak was coming from, and it wasn't that big a deal. So all I did was pull off the rubber hose off of the end of the fuel filter, trimmed it up to a nice clean area where it wasn't cracked, and stuck it right back on there and clamped it down, good as new. The only problem was that didn't fix the rattle, so I kept looking. Eventually, I actually found the cause. So I've got my 9/16 socket on here. Look at how many turns it takes to tighten this thing down. Just a side note, I'm really loving these dynamic tools. This wrench is really nice and smooth. I'm really loving this tool set. Now to fix the steering that's sloppier in my kid's bedroom. So I'm just moving the tire back and forth, and you can see the ball joint is absolutely shot in that idler arm. I'm trying to get this cotter pin out. These things can be an absolute booger sometimes. Thankfully that one wasn't. This is a 3/4 inch nut. This is a 7/8 nut. The top bolt is a 13/16. I gotta tell you, I love these laser etched markings on these dynamic tool sockets. Anyway, put that on top there. Put a wrench in there and hold that still. We'll break this nut loose. All right, so now we need to remove the ball joint from the center link. And to do that, I'm going to use a like a jaw puller tool. Let's see if we can do anything with this.
Nice.
There we go. Good satisfying pop. So the replacement part I got is a Mevotech Supreme. There's the part number, MK7086. Match it up with the old one. Yep, good match. Yeah, I'd say that one's shot. I thought I bought one that was greasable, but I guess it's not. Comes with a new cotter pin. Go ahead and set that up there. And that bolt down through there. I'm going to clean these threads up a little bit with the wire brush. I checked the manual and it looks like both of these nuts will be torqued down to 70 foot-pounds. Okay, I've got my Dynamic Tools torque wrench. We're going to torque this thing down to 70 foot-pounds. I like this flex head. It's giving me room underneath this frame, so that's pretty cool. Okay, this one's a 3/4. All right, now for the ball joint stud. This one also is 70 foot-pounds. There we go. Let's sling this cotter pin in there and call this thing done. All right, that ought to tighten the steering up. I'll wiggle the tire again. You can see how much that's tightened that up. That is awesome. Glad to have that fixed. Okay, we got the car out on a little test drive here. New idler arm installed. Shake the wheel back and forth. You'll see the car darts left and right. It is a lot more responsive. Kind of makes me sick to my stomach. We've got plenty more repairs coming for this car. Got a lot of stuff on the docket for the channel itself. Project ZRS. Got repairs to do on my wife's Trailblazer and on my Sierra. So I don't lack for something to do on this channel, so there's content coming. But I sure am glad I got the steering fixed. No more sloppy steering wheel. It is good as new now. Oh, I better quit doing that. I'm gonna make myself sick.